Hey, what's up? This your girl, Sadie Star.
And this is your boy Ralph, and we are back with another dope show.
Yes. For all the people out there, Ralph was on vacation.
No, let me rephrase that. No, I was not on vacation, but the reason why I wasn't here last week was because a longtime family friend passed away, and her homegoing was actually the same day last week. So that's why I was unable to make it. And this is someone who has known me
Hello.
all my life. I mean, all my life.
Yeah, you have to go out and be supportive to those, especially when those was in your life for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing. But I'm glad to have you back.
Yes, it's good to be back.
Ralph's back in the building.
It's
hello.
good.
Hey, Lynn, how you doing?
It's good to be back. Yes, I definitely miss being on here, and this is someone that had been, like I said, in my life all my life, and was very supportive. So it was only right that I ended up showing my support to the family. So
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, so I'm back.
Keep you in our prayers and all that good stuff in the family.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So, guys, okay, yesterday, I was here by myself doing an interview with a guy that's running for governor of Illinois. His name is Gary Rabine. And the interview, I think it went pretty good. Then many people get on, but I said it was all good because a lot of stuff that we was talking about was very educational. Plus, it was really, really good. So I really just enjoyed the whole interview along. It was the bomb to me. So I really, really enjoyed it. But we got some topics on today's. I know it's been a lot that's been going on out there in the world that we live in. It's scary, so much going on. So it's just a couple of topics that we want to hit on and have y'all to give us our feedback. But we do have Roland on my live, and I know he want to say a prayer. I don't know how you want to do that, but I wish it could be a call-in where you can just call in and then set a prayer. Mm-hmm. That would be awesome. But not yet, Roland. Just give me a few minutes. Let me set everything up. And that way you can do that, where you can just call in and just, we can get our praise on. Also, I want next week, you in prayer now? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Also, next week, this Tuesday that's coming up, I'm going to be interviewing Raven Simone, Father. So I really want you guys to just tune in, and it's going to be fun. A lot of things, that we're going to be hitting on, different topics and stuff that we're going to talk about. So most definitely want y'all to stay tuned for that as well. So I want y'all to share the video. Also share this video as well. Don't forget, next Tuesday, I will be interviewing Raven Simone's father. So that's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait. It's going to be thebond.com. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's taking me and Ralph some places, y'all. I know y'all probably like, oh my God, but I'm telling y'all, this is about to be some phenomenal stuff. Like, I'm getting in contact with so many different people that's all over the world. Like, so many people hit me up about different things, so I'm just excited about that. What else? Yeah, don't forget Tuesday, so I want y'all to stay tuned. I want y'all to share the video because it's about to go down, baby.
Yes, and if you're wondering about Raven Simone, yes, we talking about the same Raven Simone
yes.
that played on the Cosby Show for 2 seasons. Yes, we're talking about the same Raven Simone that had That's So Raven and Raven's Home, and yes, the same Raven that was a former co-host on The View. Yes, we talking about that Raven Simone, but her father that she's going to be interviewing, and
it's going to be fun. I can't wait.
It definitely is going to be. It's going to be fun. Now, more than likely, due to what time would your interview with him be?
It's going to be 11 o'clock my time, 12 o'clock Atlanta time. So it's going to be pretty cool. So I want y'all to stay tuned for that, and I want y'all to share the video. It's going to be dope, y'all. It's going to be a lot going on. I'm telling you, God is so good. God is so good. He's most definitely good. What you say, Roland? God is answering your prayers concerning you. It's great. Yes, I'm so excited. Now, me and Ralph was sitting here contemplating on different topics. So one of the topics that we want to hit on, and I know y'all probably like, I'm really tired of talking about, this and that, but I think it's really, really good for us to talk about certain things so we won't stay in that same spot, because I know for me, like I get tired just being stuck in one place. Just like the Bible says, you can be on a mountain, keep going around that same mountain over and over again. You look up, it'll be 5 and 6 years. So it's just time for us to wake up as people. And I'm really trying to get to that place where Black people just start waking up. It's time for us to wake up and stop just doing certain things that we do. It's time for us to grow. It's time for us to get back to our Black Wall Streets. It's time for us to just really prosper as people. I'm so ready to prosper. Oh my God, I'm ready just to fly away, because it's going to be great, y'all. It's going to be great. So I'm going to hit on the topic. The topic was about slavery. Do you believe that slavery was updated? And I really, truly believe that the time that we're living in right now, that slavery was just updated. And if you look at the way things are, our men and our women that's in prison, they're still in prison for all these many years, stuck on a plantation. So basically, the prisons own them. And that was my topic on yesterday when I was talking to the guy that was running for Illinois, the government of Illinois. I was telling him there's so many Black people that's stuck in slavery. Far as being in prison for all these years, it used to be 3 strikes you out. They don't even give you 3 strikes. You can just did a crime or whatever, new to the whole game of crime, and automatically you go straight to jail. But if it was a person of the same color as you and I, people, they'll look at like, no, ain't nothing really going on. The system is set up to bring us down. And I truly, truly believe that wholeheartedly. And I just want our people to grow. And I want our people to just be able to do certain things. Not saying go out there and commit crimes, because I really don't agree with that. But we have to get out of the mindset of being stuck in one place. Because if you got a group of people that's in one place, just like the projects, they're going to commit a crime because they stuck. That's why it's called the projects, because it's a project, So if we get out of that mindset and just begin to grow and get our minds from being in slavery, I think we'll do better. We can open up our Black Wall Streets.
I believe so. I definitely believe so. And then the thing about it is, when you mention, Blacks being in jail, some of them are in for crimes they didn't commit.
You're right about that. Exactly. A lot of them is in prison for crimes that they never, ever committed. And you had, just like all those crooked cops, was throwing all them young boys in prison for stuff they didn't even do. If you look like a suspect, you're going straight to jail. That's wrong. Like, our boys and our males and our women is getting locked up. So now we don't have a mentor. There's no mentors in the community. There's no mentors to mentor the kids to go on the right track. Everything is just messed up. Like, who are the leaders? We have no leaders. Jesse Jackson is old now. It's time for somebody else to step up.
And he's battling Parkinson's as that. So
exactly. It's time for our Black men to step up, including you, including Mr. Rowland. It's just time for the Black males to step up. Even the Black women, it's time for us to step up as a whole, because our communities are shutting down. It's sad that you can't even go on the expressway in Chicago. They shooting at you. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Babies are getting killed for no reason. They can't even, go to the store, go to the park. That's sad. Right. So my thing is, Mr. Rowland, if you're still on here, do you think that we are still in slavery, but it's just updated? Because the time it's time for a change, y'all. It's time for Black people, even if we have to go back into the 1960s movement, far as, when Blacks started loving each other. I remember when I was looking at James Brown movie, and he was saying, he came out with the song, I'm Black and I'm Proud. And that just made Black people feel so powerful, like, man, I'm Black and I'm proud. And, even though we are brown people, but it made us feel good. We need something to make us feel good. We need leaders to come back, and we need leaders to start representing their communities, start protecting y'all communities. Don't let certain people come in, because I'm telling y'all, if we continue to keep killing one another, and letting our babies die. We're not marching for our babies. If somebody of color shoot one of our child or one of our kids, we just be like, oh, I feel sorry. No, it's time for us to get out there and start marching, just like, people march when the police shoot somebody.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because you actually took the words right out of my mouth in regards to that. Because,
yes.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we shouldn't,
right?
Because we actually need to, but we have to march when one of us get killed by one of our own.
Yes.
Especially the babies. And the crazy part about it is the only person that actually was trying to do something about it, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all are actually familiar with this guy, Dreadhead Cowboy.
Oh yeah, yeah. He came on the show before.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, and I think and believe it, and he recently, I don't know what the reason was, but he had recently gotten locked up, but he's out now.
Oh yeah, the reason why he got locked up was because The reason why he got locked up was because someone got killed. It was the guy. I think he was a dancer or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And they went on expressways and shut the expressway down. But like with him, even if he do something for the community or step in place and try to fight for our rights and stuff, then you have other people from different races that will come in and try to attack him for the things that he's trying to do. And you even have our own people coming in, like saying certain stuff like, oh, well, you did this to the horse and you rode the horse on the expressway. But you have people, I see, even like going down the roads, like if you're going out of town and if you're going to a country area, and you can see people riding their horses like on the side of the road. But nobody talks about stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like every little thing that people of color do is a problem. And why is that?
And it shouldn't be a problem. Why is it a problem? Maybe it's because they feel intimidated that we can do certain things better than anyone else.
Wow. Let me tell y'all, I was on the set yesterday. Not yesterday, the other night. I was on the set. I can't say the movie, the name of the movie, because I signed a contract and I said I couldn't mention the name. So, but anyway, I was on a movie set the other day, and they had me playing an artist, and I was surrounded around my producer, my manager, my lawyer, so I was sitting at the table talking, and when they went to cut, and we get a chance to communicate with one another, so I'm sitting there and we all talking or whatever, and I'm the only person of color that's sitting around the table, and so one guy says, I went and got the vaccine. He was like, I went and got the Johnson & Johnson. And people was telling me, like, why you get the Johnson & Johnson? That's the ghetto one. Why would you get that? It's ghetto. And so I was like, okay, so now imagine I'm the only one of color that's sitting around the table. So all eyes are going to be on me because they wouldn't know what's my feedback. Now, the person that I am, I got something to say. I'm not just going to sit there and be like, what? No, I'm going to say something. So I was talking to him, and I said, wait a minute. Because it's like as soon as he said that, they went back to, okay, we're about to start again. So, take your mask off. So we had to hurry up and take our mask off. And I'm like, okay, as soon as we get ready to get that cut again, I'm going to put my mask back on, and I'm going to get back to talking, because I got some stuff I got to say. Mm-hmm. So we get back, we put our mask back. They said cut. And so everybody put their mask back on. So I'm sitting there, and the minute I was about to say something, he started a whole different conversation because he knew I was going to say something. And I was like, wait a minute, I got to cut you off. I have to cut you off. I said, I got something to say. He was like, what? I said, now, you said the ghetto vaccination and it's Johnson & Johnson. I said, why, what made them tell you that?
Right.
And what made you, did you say, I want to know, like, what's your feedback to that? Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, it was somebody here, and they were just saying, that vaccination is ghetto. He was like, the reason why they said that, right? I said, please explain it to me. He was like, well, the reason why they said that was because they putting all the Johnson & Johnson in a black neighborhood. Mm-hmm. All the black people is getting the vaccination. That was the purpose. That was the reason why it's considered, not in our community, but other communities, that it's the ghetto vaccination. So, and it just made me think like, wow, like that's really something how they label us, the ghetto vaccination as if like it's nothing, we don't want what they have. And that's something to me how it's just time for us to wake up. Like so many people, you look on the news, so many people was running to get the vaccination. They getting off of, in Inglewood, come on, get the vaccination, y'all, come on. I advise everybody to get it. But they labeling us. That's the ghetto vaccination. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not under. I don't agree with it being the ghetto vaccination.
I don't either.
I don't agree with it at all. Matter of fact, I don't agree with any of these being ghetto vaccinations.
Right.
Not the Johnson & Johnson, the Moderna, or the Pfizer.
It should just be a vaccination.
Right.
But you see how they divide things. That's what I'm trying to get to. They divide things up. One race of people don't want to get that because they look like whatever they put on social media or TV, not saying black media, but just TV, period. If they put that out there, people going to run with that and say, okay, they putting it, I see them in Inglewood, so I don't want to take that because it's considered the ghetto vaccination.
My thing is, do your research on these vaccinations. And more importantly, if you decide to take the vaccination, pray on that vaccination.
I know for me, like I told everybody, I know for me, I'm not getting the vaccination. I'm not saying I would never, ever get it, but as for now, I'm not getting it because the simple reason why I'm not getting it is because they made it too fast. And when they start putting demands on different things, that right there make me wonder. Like, why is they putting demands on certain things? Why is they demanding us to do certain things? And that right there, I just can't get with.
Right, and I can't get with it either. And it's just like now, when it come down to that, there's actually no label in who's gonna get it because, like, when it comes down to getting the vaccine, like I said, I mean, you do your research on it, and if you feel comfortable with whatever that may be, if you feel comfortable with it, make sure you pray on it first. Please make sure you pray on it first before you get it. And my thing is, like, when it comes down to it, there are certain things that can happen. And there's some things we can do if we are vaccinated. Like, we can go into certain businesses and not wear a mask. But if you're riding CTA, you have to wear a mask whether you're vaccinated or not.
I'm not, right.
So that's one thing. So, and today actually made it the first day where we are officially in phase 5, which is a full reopening.
Oh, yes, today is the first day that Illinois has been back open.
But the mask mandate has not officially been removed. There are some exceptions, but the mask mandate is still not completely lifted, where you have to go into certain businesses to wear a mask, or you can have the option if you're vaccinated. So, but don't get the vaccine because you don't want to wear a mask. If you get it, feel comfortable about it, but don't get it just because.
Right.
Make sure you do all your research on it, and if you feel comfortable with it, then hey, go for it. But go for it. But make sure. But once again, make sure you pray on that thing first before you do.
Exactly. I know. Like for me, I'm not in a rush to get it. Period. Point blank. I'm not getting it because I'm like I said. I'm not saying I will never get it, but as of now, I'm not getting it because it's just too much going on. It's too much going on with this vaccination to where. Like you said, they putting it up in our neighborhoods and they giving people free lottery tickets and stuff, and you get free things like to go to to the baseball game and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Next they're gonna be like giving away free groceries and people gonna be running to that. That's what I'm saying. Like anything they try to put like a bait out there for us to do, they put a bait out there and say, okay, I give y'all this and what y'all gonna do for this. That's how we got messed up when it came to like the 60s, the 50s and the 60s. They start putting all this stuff out there. They start putting the free programs out there. The WIC, the WIC always, WIC come from Black Panther, but they start putting all this free free stuff out there for us to run to, and we just ran to it. It's like, when are we gonna stop running to stuff? When are we gonna start creating our own jobs and creating our own stuff? Have our own people run to our stuff, and start being more reliable. That way, Black people can support their own race.
And I definitely agree with that, because I'm gonna tell you, my job. Oh my goodness, we are so understaffed to a point where it literally took everything what I had left to even come here today.
No, I understand why people don't want to go there. Now, if you ain't trying to get nobody a raise, especially they've been there through the whole pandemic, you're not trying to give them a bonus, because with all that money, the government gonna get them that money right back, and they supposed to give it to y'all. So by them cheating y'all of what y'all supposed to really have, so I don't blame people. Like, I don't want to go back, because what's the point?
And I'm not talking about just my job. I'm talking about jobs in general. Period.
Right.
I mean, so many jobs are hurting for employees, and not just my job.
Oh, nobody want to work right now. They giving out free money. They give everybody money.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna last for. That ain't gonna last. It only lasts for so long.
That's true.
I mean, even if I happen to have gotten, I'm still.
I just feel like, if you're going to go out there, and if you don't want to work for nobody, create your own job.
I agree. That's how I feel. Create your own job. I agree with you on that one, because it's just like, because when that runs out, then who or where they gonna run to?
Right. We just got to make sure that people not getting the money going to buy gym shoes and clothes and stuff. Take that money and open up your business. If you want to do a t-shirt business, open it up. Do it. It's stuff out here made especially for us that we can create of our own and make something happen. If you want to get into makeup, research on how to make makeup. Research the right people to go to. You know what I'm saying? It's going to give you the tools and the advice on what you should do and how to get to the next step.
I agree. I definitely agree with you.
Yes, it's just time for a change, baby. So we're going to go to a quick commercial. This your girl, Sadie Star.
And this is your boy, Ralph, and we'll be right back on WSWT
Radio. That's right, baby. Okay. Oh, she snapped with this. Is that too much black right there? That's all right here. Oh, now, don't even move this over top. Sadie Star bringing them kids.
Who did this?
Hit him.
Oh, okay.
Come, chill, chill, and listen. Sadie, work, Sadie, work. Come, chill, chill. Sadie. Hey. Sadie, sorry. Okay, let me see. I think that's too much light. I think it's gonna make it get hot up here. Okay, you ready? Hello. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my followers. Like, nobody's not coming on no more. What's going on? Knock at the door. But that's okay, baby. That is okay. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause that. Okay. Hey, what's up? This your girl, Sadie Star.
Yeah, this your boy, Ralph, on WSWT Radio. We haven't come up with a new name for our show just yet.
That's okay, though.
But it's coming. It's coming in due time.
So what's up, y'all? There's a lot going on. I like to talk about a lot of things that's going on out there as far as slavery, a lot of things, that they put in the school books, and I really don't believe that it was really the truth, to be honest with you. I believe that a lot of stuff that they put in our school books is not the truth. They make us learn different histories, and then as we get older, we gravitate to that, and we take that, and we run with it, and then we just don't want to do our research, because the one thing they say, you put something in a book, that's the main secret, because black people are not going to go and do their research. But that's wrong, because black people are waking up, and we're doing our research. That's what I'm talking about. It's time for us to build up our Black Wall Street. It's time for us to do something totally different, y'all. I don't care if y'all don't want to listen to it. It got to be told. The truth got to be told. It's time for a change.
It's definitely time.
It's time for a change.
It's definitely time for a change. And then when it come down to doing your research, and like she said, now everything that she said that's in the book is not always true. And I believe some of it is, but at the same time, there's a whole lot that is not being said.
But how? I mean, it's kind of hard to believe, because if they told a lab right here, what makes them think I'm gonna believe this? And if it's the truth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like they put so much false information in books, especially the school, because that's the best way to get you is while you young. Get you while you young. You know, when you're a baby, when you young, our minds is like a sponge. So it's like we listen to everything that's put forth towards us. You know, that's why I said we're still living in slavery. It just updated. They just put some new shoes on it, and a lot of times we still falling for the same tricks. It's time out for that.
And another thing is, it's so much. Like over the last 8 years, I have found out so much that, oh my goodness, I have found out so much that I never knew about when I was in school.
Let me tell y'all, Ralph do his research. Like Ralph, he can find some stuff, and maybe y'all kind of, you know, find this topic kind of boring, but it's not boring to me because I want to know. I wish I had my grandmother still here so she can tell me more about what happened, you know, what happened with her father or her mother, the things they went through. Because myself personally, I don't believe that we come from, I'm talking about the ones that was here, the African Americans, so-called African Americans. I don't believe that we come from off a slave trade boat. I just don't believe that. I believe that we was already here. I believe our parents was already here. That's just something I just believe. I believe that we are, because, you know, Indians have their own tribes. I believe that we are part of certain tribes, and I just don't believe that my ancestors or my great-great-grandfather or my great-great-grandmother come from off a slave trip. I just don't believe that. You can't tell me that that's true, and I don't believe that because if you look at it, just like with your structure, I don't believe that your parents or your grandparents and, you know what I'm saying, that their descendants, I don't believe that they come from off a slave boat. Oh, you looking at me like I don't know about that. No, I just don't believe that.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, in a way, I don't believe it either. I mean, right now, I'm kind of clueless. I wish my grandmother was still living too. So
right, just to get some information.
Right, because it's like, you know, where did we really come from?
I believe we was already here. I believe this is our land, and I believe they know this. Let me tell y'all something. I was looking up my father's side. I was looking up his information because, you know, all that stuff is public. You can look up all that stuff is public. So now back in like when my grandmother's father was living, he was a farmer. He had his own farmland in Mississippi, and also hey Roland, he had his own farmland in Mississippi. Also, so my grandfather on my father's side had the same thing. He had his own farmland, and also they both can read. That right there lets you know too. If they can read, that means they was already planted here. Now, if they couldn't read, they're saying like, okay, they probably came off of a slave ship. But when you think about it, how could a big old ship? And back then they didn't make stuff, you know, so great to come to from Africa all the way to America. The waves, you know what I'm saying? The ocean. How could you cross that? How could you cross that? How could you have all these different people in the bottom of a ship? Somebody gonna get sick. Somebody going to die. You ain't got no food on there. I just don't believe it. You cannot tell me that all black people come from off a ship. I'm not saying all, but some did not come from off a ship. And that's one thing I do know. I believe that this is our land, because there's a reason why, when you think about it, there's a reason why we get fought so much and so hard. Why do everybody, especially here in America, have a problem with our skin color? And the main thing they always say, go back home. No, this is our home. This is our home.
And you know what? And this is, you know, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. And this is actually this is for those that are hearing this for the first time. I know I told you this before, but for those that are watching on Sadie's Live, and for those that are watching over here that may be hearing it for the first time, I'm just going to go ahead and say this.
Say it, bro. Say it.
When I found out couple years ago that someone owned land in the United States in the 1700s, that was like, whoa.
But what color was they? What was they race? The same color as us. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And that's something.
Exactly what I'm saying.
And that's something that I wasn't taught in school, and I had to do research on my own.
On your own, right? That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm looking like, what in the world? I'm like, Zipporah Potter Atkins?
They never mentioned their name before. They don't talk about stuff like that.
No.
That's because I'm tell you why that's powerful. If you put it in a history book that a young girl, how old was she?
She was, I think she was in her, I know she was not in her 50s. I know younger than 50. That's all.
Okay, if you put something in a school book that says a black woman back in what, the 1400s? The 1500s?
This was late 1700s, like 1700s.
Okay, because America wasn't discovered then. Okay, so yeah, if you put something in a book that long ago, that's gonna give black girls empowerment. Like, oh my God, somebody my color had their own land. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And let me tell y'all something. I remember when I was a little girl, I talked to my grandmother. I said, Grandma, have your grandma or your father or your mother ever been in slavery? She's like, no, my parents never been in slavery before. So when I looked it up, he never been in slavery. Never had his own farmland. Mm-hmm. They have on public records that he was a farmer. It's on public records. That right there tell you a lot, because back in the 1800s, a lot of black people didn't own a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But that right there tell you, if my grandmother's father had land that far back, that goes to show you that right there was inherited to him. Mm-hmm. You know, by his parents. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. It's time for us to wake up. A lot of this information that they putting out there, telling us this and telling us that, is not true. I really, truly don't believe that my grandparents because my grandma told me that they was not slaves. My grandmother told me that. So that right there tells me that we was already planted here. We was already here, and you know, and that's how it is. But they'll put every black person in that same boat, like, oh, you know, y'all come from slavery. No, we don't come from slavery. I don't believe that.
And you know what? And I really don't believe it either. And here's something else that they.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me tell you one more thing before I cut you out. Let me tell you one more thing. The crazy part is that they took my grandfather's land. Let me tell y'all something.
Wow.
Yeah. A white guy in Mississippi came and took my grandfather's land. He took his land. So he didn't sell it to him. He confiscated his land. So now they're saying that everybody that's from Mississippi that had land, you know, as far as the grandparents and all that, they were saying like they want to give all their land back to the family. Mm-hmm. But you got to have proof that this was their land. Now it's on public records for my family. Mm-hmm. So I encourage everybody to go out there and do y'all research and look up y'all great-great-grandfathers and stuff, because if they had land, that land belongs to you. And they can go back and take it from the person that took it from them. So do y'all research and make sure you look up certain things about y'all family, especially y'all grandfathers and y'all grandmothers. Because on paper, it had that my grandfather knew how to read. And also said he was a farmer. So that right there let me know right there that he was not born into slavery. Because if you was, you could not read. You couldn't read. He can read and he can write. And guess what? His handwriting was good. He had good handwriting. So that right there told me a lot. So do y'all research, because y'all might be owed some stuff. I'm telling y'all, do y'all research. Research y'all grandparents and stuff. The information is right there. It's on public records. You don't even have to pay for it. I think some stuff you may have to pay for, but a lot of stuff you don't. So it's right there. It's in public records. So make sure y'all do y'all research and find out what's owed to y'all. I'm telling y'all can be, you know, living on $1 million land and don't even know it. So go and do your research and find out where you come from.
Right, and I'm telling you, and that was the part where I couldn't believe, and still in shock today about finding about her owning land so long ago. And if I'm not mistaken, I know her birthday is the 4th of July, but just to clear this up, she was actually born before the Declaration of Independence was signed.
Wow.
Same day, but just about 20 plus years before. I think her birthday was July 7th, 1750, if I'm not mistaken.
And
July 4th, July
and that
4th.
Right there tell you, too, that she was not born in slavery.
Right.
So where's all this information coming from? They telling us one thing. So where's the information coming from? They said we was born on a slave. So people did their research on the slave boat that they said, that our black people supposed to been on. But if y'all really look at it and do y'all research, let me see how many slaves was on that ship. It was like, I believe it was like 1,200, maybe 1,800 people that was on that slave trip. It wasn't even a lot. That's how much I'm telling y'all we have to do our research. If you look at it, the first stop that they made was in Virginia. It was not that many people that was inside that ship. It was not that many people. But they'll sit there and tell us in our history books, oh, it was this many people and we came from. How are these people going to eat? Where are they going to use the washroom at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you on a ship for these many days, you mean to tell me everybody didn't die? You know what I'm saying? How could you survive that? You can't drink the salt water. Right. Ain't like they had bottled waters back then. So that's what I'm saying. We have to wake up and start really doing our research to see and to stop believing everything that they say. I remember 2 years ago, they put on the news that we found the slave ship. It was all at the bottom of the water in, I think, in Memphis, Tennessee, or something like that. One of those downstate states. They claim that they found the ship where the slaves was on. And they said they named that town Negro Town. So people was going, they was excited. Yes. They found the ship. They They didn't find no ship. That's something that they just want to tell us. And I don't believe that.
And you know the crazy part, funny that you mentioned that.
You probably should put it on silent.
I actually did. I should have, but anyway, yeah. Okay. So this is one thing, and I know, and this is something. They would believe so many things, and this is basically because of the fact that they're not this color
Our
of the
color,
skin.
yeah.
Like, okay, so just remember, I'm pretty sure you remember what happened to Emmett Till so many years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was telling my daughter the story, but yeah.
And the crazy part about it was that he ended up getting killed because he had allegedly whistled at a white woman.
Right.
And then that same woman confessed so many years later.
He never did that.
He never did it.
That's what I'm saying.
So basically, he got killed for nothing.
Baby, that was a baby.
A baby.
A baby.
And to make matters worse, his killers did not do any jail time.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like the prisons was not made for people of different races. It was made especially for us, because when you think about it, putting you in an outfit, an ugly orange outfit, some people wear stripes. That's slavery. That is so much slavery. It's like they keep feeding more money into these different places. And you look up, they feed them junk. They don't even give them regular food. Their food is not good. Because my brother is in prison. And when he talks to me, he said, man, like, they got us up in this prison. And he was saying that how the prison cells have mold up in there. They don't care about us. They have mold up in there. Prison was supposed to be a place if you got in trouble. Now, this is how it was back in the day when it was made, when white people started getting locked up. It was made for them to go up in there and get rehabilitated. As far as they went to school. They went up in there, they counseled them. For those that was dealing with mental issues, they counseled them. They went up in there and they treated them very well. Then they got out and they was ready for the world, and then voila. But they do our people, when we get locked up and go to jail, they don't do the same for us. We get locked up, that's it. We get treated like dogs. And that's why I was telling the guy that was running for governor, his name is Gary Rabine. And I was telling myself, okay, what if you was to become the Illinois of Illinois, the governor of Illinois, what are you going to do for us? Because it's time out playing with us. Because when you think about it, when me and you was coming up, in the 80s and the 90s, we had places to go. They had free programs for us. They had the YMCA. They had Austin Town Hall. They had the Boys and Girls Club. You can go up in there and you can learn how to do karate. Learn how to play baseball, football, basketball, be on a swim team. They had different things out there that was labeled for us. Now they don't have anything. These kids are bored. They have nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Their parents don't want to really do nothing for them because they're out there kicking it, going to the club every night. That's not cute. You know, it's time for us to wake up, and it's time for us to stop believing everything that people tell us. Like, if a person come and tell me that they try to put anything on me and tell low self-esteem, I'm not going to accept it.
Right.
Because it's, you know, when we was younger, we accepted so many things. We accepted the bullying in our own neighborhoods. Because I know when I was coming up as a young girl, people would try to bully me. I had like 7 brothers and sisters.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I went through that. Yes, I went through that. It was this one girl. She was all big, bad, and tough. She was on the block, and she bullied everybody. And she really wanted to bully me for some reason. I think because she wanted me to go and tell my brothers so her brothers can fight with my brothers. I don't know. But it was crazy. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we just lacking so much. We don't love each other no more. We don't have no love. We see our brother or sister down. We want to help. We talk about them. It's just time out. And we need to get out of that mentality, that slave mentality. And it's time for us to wake up the other part of our brain. And it's time for us to live and be happy. The struggle should be over with. Like, it's time for us to open up Black Wall Streets. It's time for all that stuff to be reopened.
Yes, I agree.
Giving our money to the to the agents. We have to stop that. We go in that beauty supply stores. They don't even treat us right.
No, they don't.
We accept everything, but let me or you bump into somebody that's our color, they ready to kill us.
And that's sad, and that's extremely sad. And funny that you mentioned that about Asians. It's crazy how a law got passed for the anti-hate for them, but when it come to us, we're a couple of prayers and miracles away for that to be happening.
That's another thing as well. Yes, I agree with you. They made it to where they're protected. And you can't say certain stuff to them because if you do, that's going to be considered a hate crime. But why is the same thing that they have? Why is it not for us? Like, do y'all see us?
we go through that, and we go through that so much more than they do.
Right. So exactly, because even like, if you even go in one of their stores, they'll try to fight you. They disrespect us before we disrespect them.
Right.
So, like you said, do they see us? You know. The top people that's up there, do they really see us? Like, why we're not being protected? Why people can call us the N-word and be like, whatever? You know, why is that?
I'm not sure. And it brings me to the story about Latasha Harlins, who was killed, who was killed by a Korean store owner 30 years ago.
Wow.
And
I remember that.
She was only 14 or 15. And the crazy part about it was Latasha didn't do anything wrong, but the store owner ended up accusing her of trying to steal something. So I guess she tried to fight her, and Latasha swung back. So the owner, unfortunately, ended up getting the gun, shooting and killing her.
Wow. And the lady is still alive to this day.
Yeah, the lady is still alive today, but the store, after the riots, a year and some change later, never reopened.
Wow. And then guess what? They don't need to reopen. They don't need to.
It was destroyed.
Wow. Yeah, it's time for us to wake up, y'all. This crime and stuff. You know, we hate one another. You know, we don't love each other. It's like when you kill a baby, you know, people just like, oh, whatever, the baby shouldn't have been in the way. They doing all this shooting on expressways. I mean, there's so much chaos that's going on. We have to really change our ways, change the way we think, change the way we act, and just like I say, it's time for us to open up the other side of our brain, because a lot of times we're not thinking. No. We don't even care about, a lot of people don't even care about life no more. And that's another thing about mental illness in our communities.
It's real.
It's real.
For those, if y'all think mental illness ain't real, think again. It is real, and it's more realer than you could ever imagine. But it's one thing that needs to be talked about: schizophrenia, bipolar disease, and a few others that I can't think. PTSD, or
it's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of it that we know and even don't know about.
Yes.
And
let me read this comment right quick that Lynn Rowland said. He said, we must understand that blacks, they were called the house niggers, which was, the Negroes, I'm sorry, which was against You have to write that over because you kind of messed it up. It said which was against the Negroes. They worked in the field. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying basically, you had the house Negroes and you had the ones worked out there in the field, which was the lighter ones that lived in the house, and the darker ones was out there in the field, getting darker and darker because they was in the field working in the sun, you know. But they showed more favor, and also they would actually take the house Negroes and impregnate them, and yeah, they was doing some crazy stuff back in those days. So that's why you see so many different colors, shades of Black people because they was house Negroes. So yeah,
you're right. And it's something and I would say that and this is something that a lot of people don't know. Many things that are in the world right now.
Wait, give me a minute, bro. Wait a minute.
Were created by people of color. All they got to do is do their
research. Yes.
You was about to read a comment. You said
no, you can finish.
I'm done.
Yeah, like you said, do your research. It's so many things out there that we did. Okay, so him explain again. Okay, you can go ahead. But it's so many things. But just give me a minute, because I know you want to come on. But just give me a minute. But yeah, it's so many things that we did. Like we are such creative people. Like they said, that black magic is strong. It's very strong because we are so creative. We can run fast. We can do so many different things, and it's like we have to really just wake up and just won't change. We're not going to get change if we don't first make change within ourselves. We can't depend on the government to help us want change. We have to want change for ourselves.
Right, and and I'm just gonna bring up something else now. I'm an avid sports fan.
Don't we all know that?
So we are. Okay, so now the thing about it is, in baseball, and I know this may be irrelevant to some, but I don't care. But it's very relevant to me. Now, this was something I had found out a few years ago. Now, for those that don't know, the Cy Young Award winner is awarded to pitchers who have pitched the best in the season. Now, as you may know, there aren't many people of color in Major League Baseball as is, not to mention...
I was thinking about that.
And the number has gone down drastically over the last decade, especially when it comes down to pitchers. Now, I was doing a little research a few years ago, and I've known about a number of Cy Young Award winners like Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan, who are not people of color. I think Randy Johnson is another one, Kurt Schilling. But then what got me was when I found out about a pitcher by the name of Don Newcombe. Now, I can't think exactly when they started giving out the Cy Young Award winners, but here are a couple of things. Number one, Don Newcombe was a person of color. And number two, I had found out he was the very first winner of that award.
But they don't put that up in the books either, so...
No, but I put it up on my page, even though my first page was wrongfully disabled. But it's going to be put up again real soon.
Yes, and I want y'all to know, because I know people's coming in and coming off. I want y'all to know we put this information up there to try to educate people and also to try to educate ourselves, because I want to know. I'm hungry to know the truth. I want to know the truth. I don't want to keep walking around the same circle and not knowing the truth about how we used to be, because people, they really think, oh, y'all just come from slavery, y'all didn't come from nothing. And that's not true. Like our ancestors, they had things. My great-grandfather, my grandfather, you know what I'm saying? Like they had land. So I just want to encourage our people so we can grow. And I'm not here to be on any type of racist stuff, because I'm not racist. I have white people in my family. My sister-in-law is white. I have, mixed people in my family. But my thing is, I just really want us to be educated, and I want us to grow. I want us to know what's real and what's not real. It's just time for the truth. And I know my topics kind of be about that a lot, but I'm just hungry, and I'm so excited just to see our communities get back to the way they should be. I'm so excited to see. I would be so excited to see the black males in a household or in just in that community period to be able to watch over the community. Now all the males come together and said, no, you can't come up in this neighborhood. If you don't live over here, whatever you want, you take that back over there. I want to see us grow.
Yeah,
I don't want to see us, just because when you look up 10 years or 20 years from now, we're going to be all gone because we're constantly killing each other, and the killing has to stop. Yes, we are constantly killing each other. You're going to look up, we're not going to be no more.
I'm telling you, because, and I just look at it like, and I'm just thinking about a number of things, and to a point where, like you said, we have to look out for one another, and
we don't,
but not anymore. And the thing about it is, and I was thinking about doing some things, and I know it's going to take a while, but once everything happens, and once I get everything situated, I'm going to be doing some things now. And for those that don't know, I know she knows, but for those that don't know, I do play drums, and I'm hoping one day that I would be able to open up a studio where I can give out, or even borrow a place where I can give out drum lessons.
Right?
Yeah.
Help them out. Because there's a lot of kids that's very talented and now to play drums and music, period. That would be great, but we're going to come back. We're going to take us a quick break real quick and get a breather. But I want y'all to share the video. I know it's not that many people on here, but it's okay, because at first I used to be all like, where my people at? Why nobody not, coming on no more? But, if I got to speak to one or two people, long as that information get out there, that's the only thing that matters to me. So we're going to make the best out of what we do. I don't even care about the views no more. I just want to speak the right things. I want to be able to share things that I know so we can grow as people. I want to be able to put the information out there so people can research their family and know that your family own land. So y'all can go back and get it, like research that. Like we can be sitting on millions. Like I know my grandfathers, they had land. I have proof, so I want to go back and get their land. And that's all I'm saying, y'all. But we're going to come right back. We're going to take us a quick break. Yes. This your girl, Sadie Star.
And this is your boy, Ralph, on WSWT Radio.
Yes, baby. We'll be right back. Don't forget to download the app, too. Download the app, Step North Go, so y'all can hear us,
And go down to WSWT. Scroll down to that, and make sure you click on the heart and let us know that you're rocking with us.
That's right, baby. We'll be right back. Is it still charging, or did it?
It's charging.
Okay. So it didn't cut off? Okay. Come, chill, and listen. Oh, I forgot about you, rolling this. If you still on, I have not forgotten about you. Just give me a minute. Oh, what is that? I don't think these,
Yo, but this one for my black women.
Did she just pop on?
Yeah, I just did.
I was about to say.
This for my black women. Holding things down, all my black women.
I was about to say, Rob, somebody gonna take your page over.
No, I just
This for my black women. Yeah, they had a good soul, all them black women. Where the black women. Y'all ain't left out. Power black women. She intelligent, motivational.
Huh?
It's a slow process.
Oh,
I
okay.
just,
She was made strong.
there's certain things that I'm not going to do, like I did on the last one. If I do have to create a Black History page, I'm not going to send out
Right.
so many invites all at once.
Right.
And that, even though it shouldn't have been deemed as suspicious activity, was why they locked my second page. So I'm like,
Because they look at your page when they see people speaking the truth, they're like, they're gonna constantly keep messing with you. That's what they do over here. So
yeah, but
constantly keep messing with you. So
okay.
it is what it is, baby.
This for my black women. Holding things down on my black women. Yeah. Where them black women. Grandmas, mamas, aunties, black women.
See, I took all the like the underground. I just put that on the queue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Black women. Y'all ain't left out. Power black women. And she know how to cook. Taking disrespect with the put down a foot.
I need to send Fox Montana friend request. I ain't do that yet.
That boy funny, I promise you. He was putting the craziest stuff on his page, like
I
his
believe
post.
you. I believe you.
Like this boy he is crazy to me. Crazy. He funny though. It's like a funny crazy.
Yeah. I be seeing it sometimes.
Giving courage and vibes. Down to earth, but for her, she gon' ride.
I think the whole time, like he must have known that worked.
What?
That, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been like, woo, like, hot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I don't think that he know that worked, because I'm quite sure if he did, it would have been on.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
This for my black women. Got a good soul, all them black women.
Yeah.
Where the black women. Y'all ain't left out.
My black women. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Yes.
This one for my black women.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, about to stay there. And stop. Wait a minute. Don't need that to come on. Okay. Okay, about to go back on. Hey, 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 what's up? What's up? This your girl, Sadie Star.
Yes, and this your boy Ralph, and we are back on WSWT Radio.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back in the building, and we are talking about, up-to-date slavery, all types of stuff. Black Wall Street. It's just time for us to wake up as a whole. I agree with another thing what Monique said. We have to stop going out the house, just look any kind of way. We have to keep ourselves looking, on point at all times. We have to have makeup on and, just to go outside, but just look decent and in order. It's just time for us to wake up as people, start loving ourselves. It's just so many great things that I'm excited about. Even as far as with me, I just thank God because at one point in my life, I had kind of like shut down because, with the pandemic that was going on, and it's like the whole world was just shut down. So it's like I wasn't really on my hustle like I would normally be. And but what I learned from the pandemic is just by being in the house for all that period of time, and not really being able to do what I needed to do, I just learned to love me, and there's certain things within myself because it gave me time to really sit down and like really think about me, what I don't like about myself, what I need to improve about myself. So the pandemic helped me in so many ways, y'all. When I tell y'all, like, I struggled with a lot. I struggled with depression. I struggled with so much, I'm telling you, so much that was in me that I didn't know that I had to take time out for myself just to recuperate. So now I'm in a much better place because I went and I detoxed myself. I spiritually, I got before God, and I just kind of had like a detox, and I'm in a happy place now. But what the reason for me saying this is because like I had my shoe design thing going on. I had, have the radio station. So I was lacking all those areas because now I got to a place where depression started coming on me because I couldn't move around like I wanted to. So I was just sitting there. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I just want to give up. I just feel like giving up." But God was like, "No, you can't give up. You have to keep going and doing my will of what I'm telling you to do." So that's why I'm so happy that I'm in this place now where I don't feel depressed, nor I feel happy. Even if things is not going according to how I really, really want it to go, which eventually it will. But I just feel comfortable in a place where I'm in. And I give all that to God because God is so amazing. Even during this pandemic, so many people walked out on God. They went to different religions as far as like different dark sorceries and stuff and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
Because, the devil play with your mind when you're in a place like that.
Oh, yeah.
He play with your mind. So I'm just happy that I had the opportunity not to go there. I had the opportunity to stay with God and still love him and still believe in his word. Even if my faith dropped down to just a small mustard seed, I still had that faith. So I'm excited about what God is doing for us. So many people is starting to receive like money where they can build their own business up. I'm excited about that. I'm just excited for everybody. There's enough space in this world for all of us.
Yes, it is. I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. And and the thing about it was, well, I remember you telling me that but I didn't think it was that bad where you were actually, depressed.
Oh yeah, I got to that point. Let me tell you something. So many people, especially when it comes to us, we be afraid to express our feelings and express how we really feel about certain things. I'm in a place now, I'm older now, so it really doesn't matter. Like, I just can't sit back and say, no, I'm fine if I'm not really fine. You know what I'm saying? If something is bothering me, I'm going to speak up and I'm going to say what I got to say. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, I was in that place. I was. And a lot of people go through that. I'm not the only one that go through it. But yeah, I was in that place. I was in a sinking ground. I'm telling you, I was depressed. I'm like, God, what I'm going to do? How should I do this? But it all comes with patience.
Yeah, and I was in that situation around this time 7 years ago, and it was scary, And,
but you learned how to shake yourself, though, right?
Yeah.
You learned how to shake yourself. You learned how to get it together, because, by you being a man, it's like y'all carry a lot on y'all.
Yeah.
But once you get to that point, learn how to shake stuff off and like, okay, let me just get this together. I'm all right now. So, everything worked out for us good. I'm not trying to make no long sob story because, hey, the tears is dried up, it's gone, it's over with. So that's a good thing about it.
Yeah, because, and it's just, I just think about, a lot of things because it was to a point where, like, and even, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I know that.
You were just going through some stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like that, around that time, because, it was like, I was always trying, because I was, I wanted to, get some kind of income because, unemployment was running out at the time. And it was like, ugh. And I had to.
But you made it, though.
Thank God.
Yeah, you had to put a plan together and make it work for you.
Yeah, and it's just that, and I just, just say that, God is.
No, no, don't.
I'm trying not to, but
we know we're gonna cut. We're gonna cut. Well, we gonna come back. We're gonna cut.
Yeah,
we're gonna cut.
Okay, yeah. So, but no, I just want to say to everyone that may be going through some things, and I'm not finna tell you all this that I did or anything like that, but I am going to tell you that as long as you have faith the size of a mustard seed, he will definitely bring you out of any situation you may be, even if you feel that you will never get out of it.
There's a way out.
Yeah, it's definitely a way out because in that time, I knew there was a way. It's just that at that point in time, I didn't know how.
Right.
But it humbled me, and it definitely taught me some things. And, it definitely taught me some things. And now it's to a point that...
Wait, we're gonna take us a quick break. and we're gonna come right back. I'm gonna quit because it's 1:17.
Oh, okay.
You want to finish real quick?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna finish real quick. So before we end up, I guess.
Because I don't want you to, go there.
I know. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I don't want you to go there.
I'm good.
Because we got to uplift people.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But this is uplifting, and the thing about it, and I said that for a reason, is because, like, a lot of times, there were times that I really felt like I didn't want to let it out because I wanted, be like, I want to be, that strong. I mean, I can, but at the same time, it's okay not to be strong. Just don't stay not being strong. And at that point, I'm just going to say that when I had a couple people claim blessings on my behalf, it just seemed like everything was turning around for the good. And I said that to say this. In conclusion, when you feel that there is no way, all you got to do is pray to God about it, and I guarantee you from experience, he is going to make a way out of no way. But you have to believe. Even if you have that faith the size of a mustard seed, he will surely move mountains. Yes, and remember, once you do that, you can't go wrong. And that is pretty much
phenomenal.
That's pretty much all I'm going to say because I can be long-winded sometimes. So.
I don't want you to go into that mode. I'm
no, I can actually do that without going into that mode.
No,
but
we can't go there.
No, I'm not going into that mode. But just be encouraged.
Be encouraged.
That's all. Just be encouraged.
Be encouraged. And God loves y'all. We love y'all too.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, right? I just don't want Ralph because I know Ralph will go. I'd be like, oh my God. Mm-mm. And then when he go there, and after I'd be like, next I'm crying. I don't wanna. I'm uplifted, and I don't want to go there. I just want to just be happy and just live the rest of my days, just being fabulous and loving God and just being a great mom and all that good stuff.
Yeah, but the tears sometimes that I shared, it's just happy tears on everything that I have overcome, even when even when I thought that there were times that I felt like I wasn't going to be able to overcome them. So,
but you overcame it though.
Yeah, and I thank God for that, and and I thank God.
I'm gonna turn this lab off, but that one's gonna stay on.
Okay. So
we're gonna take us a quick break right quick. We're gonna come right back. Let me just.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So Facebook. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love you guys. Like I said, even if we don't reach everybody, that one person, hey, it's all good with me. I have no complaints because God is still moving and he's still in control and things are still going the way he wanted to go. So I truly love y'all and Ralph love y'all as well.
Yes, share this video. I shared it.
Share.
I suggest y'all do the same.
Yep, and this your girl from WSWT Radio. And guess what? We out.
Yeah, that's
Peace.